Hello, everybody. Good evening and hello to everybody. Welcome to our ADT. We know it's not a Saturday, but it's a Monday, which probably even better. And it's scary to think that we're now at the end of January or already into the second month of the year and almost a third of the way through that or a quarter of the way through that as well. So we need to actually be moving ourselves and get going because life is moving at a rapid pace. And I know I'm not always keeping up with it. So tonight we're going to learn how we need to keep up with this whole pace and explode our business because people are desperate to find us. We just need to be visible and show them where we are and what we've got, because that way we're going to help more people more quickly. Do we have any guests online at the moment? It doesn't really look like it, but we're just going to welcome everybody from all over KZN right now. I'm going to allow screen sharing because I know that is something that people want and need to do. Mandy, you obviously needing screen sharing, I'm assuming. So that's available now. And we're going to kick off this session with Mandy presenting our business plan, because tonight we're talking about business. People are desperate for an alternative source of income. Sometimes the main source of income has either dried up altogether, very, very suddenly, or it might not be sufficient for them to get through what they need to do. And we have probably one of the best business opportunities available in the world today. So Mandy, if you can unmute yourself, and where did she disappear to? Go ahead with the plan. Okay. We'll change the plan slightly and we'll bring Mandy in just now if she's available. We'll go to part 2, which is myself and my downline. And the title of my session is, what does a good upline give the downline? And that, I think, is quite a challenging one, but also a basic one. Obviously, when Mandy will do the business section after this, if that's okay with you.
Okay.
So obviously,
thank you.
When we are sponsoring a downline, they are our baby, and therefore we need to help them every step of the way. Just like a human baby, when it's born, we don't just, it doesn't get born, put it on the floor and let it stand up and walk. It doesn't happen. We've got to train it and show it what to do as it grows. Exactly the same with our downline. So in my opinion, some of the things that I know that I need to give my downline, I have to give them support, both physical as well as moral and a bit of oral, because they don't know anything. So we need to teach them everything we know, even if that means we're teaching them everything we've learned from our upline in the last 2 weeks, like some people in the business have had to do. I feel that we need to give the downline sufficient information about what their team structure looks like. And when I talk about their team structure, I'm talking about who's above them, who's with, or I don't like that word above, but who is with them in this new adventure that we've introduced them to. Who is their upline's upline? Who is their world team member? Who is their president's team member? They need to know that, because as they grow, if they overtake me, they need to know who to talk to. Or if I, as their upline, am not available, they need to know who to talk to and who to turn to. because we're a family and there's always somebody around to assist. And we need to give them contact details, not just our own, obviously that's an important one, but also the contact details of the DSC, wherever that might be, whether it's Durban. And I would actually suggest going one step further and doing all three DSCs, Durban, Joburg, and Cape Town, or very specifically Durban and Joburg, because those are our main two offices if we are dealing with people in KZN. If they then grow to the extent where they're extending out to places like Cape Town, they need to know who to contact over there as well. We need to explain to them how delivery works, to the door, to a nearby Paxi, where they can maybe collect it from a DSC. And we need to help them with training. And training includes things like this meeting. It includes things like sizzle sessions. Now, that training can be group or it can be one-on-one. And in the beginning, I think one-on-one is probably more important than group, but I shouldn't say more important, but we need to make sure that the one-on-one training happens more often than the group training, because that way we can answer more questions and help them to grow. So that's just a couple of basic things that I feel an upline needs to give their downline. Under part 2 of this little session is, what does an upline expect from their downline? And my downline is going to tell me what is expected from the upline. Jenny, take it away.
I was told I will do that. If you want me to do that, I was told, what does an upline expect from a downline while you're doing an upline gives to a downline?
Yes.
So I'm still doing downline.
Yeah.
Correct?
Go for it. There's way too many lines over here.
What does an upline expect from a downline? I expect them to be teachable. You know, when you join somebody up, you ask them, are you prepared to do this work? Are you prepared to succeed? Is this what you want? So you find out their vision. And then you expect them to follow their dream. So you expect them to be teachable. You expect them to nothing less than just use the product. And you must teach them how to use the product and how to mix the product and all the details. You expect them to ask and inquire. Sean's just told us that you give them all those details of banking details, of telephone numbers, of contact numbers. And you expect them to, I expect them to ask if they don't know. Obviously, the upline will follow up with them and make sure they do understand and so on and so on. But do they understand? Do they know who to phone? Do they know how to phone? Once you've taught them that, you expect them to own their own business and therefore run with it. You expect them, I've said, to be teachable and definitely to attend functions. I invite all my downlines to all the functions. And I do understand that there is a Wi-Fi problem. But myself as an upline, I need to lead the pack. Sorry guys, if you don't have Wi-Fi, MTN and Vodacom and Cell C still work most of the time, even with or without Eskom. If you are prepared to invest in yourself, then you expect your downline to invest in themselves just for that one meeting. Normally our meetings are 40 minutes, the ADT is an hour. So even if they just invest in themselves for 1 hour a month to attend an ADT, I know Charlie says that if people can't afford that 1 hour of data, you as an upline needs to actually assist them. It's not that expensive. Sean will one day give us exactly how much it costs for 1 hour of data for a Zoom. And it's not that much. It's cheaper than a tank of petrol. But I do understand that lots of times where you're living, your MTN or your Cell C or your Vodacom towers are not very reliable. So you can't, even if you want to, you can't get onto Zoom from those places. I also expect my downline to be so enthusiastic because of my enthusiasm to invite guests and bring guests to the meetings. And so we need to just nurture our downline and lead by example. We must do the business ourselves. We can't expect our downlines to do what we are not doing. If you're not prepared to go to the meeting, they won't get there. If they're not prepared, if you're not prepared to attend Zoom, they're not going to get there. And don't worry, just keep going to these functions yourself. Hopefully your enthusiasm will be catchy. And then you brag about being there. You brag about the wonderful time you've had. You pass on that enthusiasm. And I expect my downlines to catch it and get there. So yes, I've got a high expectation of my downlines, but I try and lead by example and make sure that I am keeping myself up in the business so that I can tell my downlines, I did it, you can do it. Charlie rode 80 kilos in a clapped out old bucky's first unknown meeting. If he can do it, we can do it. If we can invest in our own to get onto a Zoom, so can they. Even if you've got to pay them in the beginning or help them in the beginning, gift it to them as a model support. That is what you have to do as an upline for your downline. They are your children. They are your nest. You've got to look after them, nurture them, encourage them to go up. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes. And that's it. We are not solo flyers. We are part of a team. And team stands for together, each achieves more. So we're going to learn a little bit more about how does this business work. Mandy, if you can unmute yourself, you should be able to share screen as well. Please tell us a little bit more about the business. It's all yours.
Slideshow.
Sorry.
Slideshow at the top.
Slideshow at the top.
Sorry.
Go to slideshow.
Right at the top. Go up, 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 up. There, along
Right.
there.
Yes, that one.
Thank you very much. Right, we're on a mission. Make the world a healthier and a happier place. We need to have dreams. It's very important to dream because without dreams, it doesn't encourage you to do the business. Some people have dreams of having more money, educating their children, buying a new home, or having a smart new car, or going to exotic places for holidays. You have people that would like to buy fancy equipment so they could just have fun at the weekend. It all starts with you. You partner with NeoLife. NeoLife has been around for over 60 years. It's in more than 50 countries, and it has a scientific advisory board. It has 4 ranges of products. You get care, which would cover your shampoos, conditioners, shower gel, PVC, and P-Love. You get a large nutritional range, which definitely bridges the gap all your health needs. You have a home care range. Home care range is a green range, and it has LDC, Super 10, one washing powder, which is delightful, and soft. Then you have the skincare range. We all have skin and we all need to look after it, especially in South Africa where the weather is so dry and that. Starts with 3 daily success habits. You need to use the product. You register a business kit, which gives you 20% less off the products that you have your life for. You have to change your shopping habits. Instead of buying Sunlight liquid from or you would buy LDC from Neolife. And that's how you begin your life with Neolife. You share the business concept, which is very important. Because if everybody shared the business concept, everyone used the product, your business would grow automatically and you wouldn't have to sell. That's where Eagle Team comes up and says, you share the business concept first. So you would talk to all your friends and family and that, and you would tell them about the product and the business concept and how the business works. You would to join you because they would be excited about what you have to say about the product and the business. Some people won't join you and they will automatically become your customers. You get 20% on your customers. You having your customers, that helps you build up your 100 EV, which you need every month for the computer to queue up with Neolife. People that have joined your business, if they all do 100 EV each with their customers and their own use, you would then have 700 EV in the 7 of you. 700 EV would roughly be about 700 Rand profit and bonus. Now, if you get one of those people do exactly the same as what you've done and join up another 6 people to them, so you'll have another group of 700, that would be 1,300 EV, which would be roughly about 1,400 and bonus. Then you do the same for each of the other units that have joined your business. These units we call legs, and each leg grows and develops. We use the Eagle Team as our support, and we in Neolife you have teams, and our team is the Eagle Team, which we are all very proud of. They have support material and they have functions which we can attend, which help us grow our business, and we get all the guidance that we need. There are also additional incentives. People in the Eagle Team, if they do extremely well and meet certain criteria, they end up with extra bonuses every month. Now, if 6 people that have joined you all do their 700 plus your 100, it would end up in 8,000 Rand, which was 4,300 EV and bonus. There is much more. That's just scratching the surface. Now remember that if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. Change, you need to do today what others won't, so that you can do tomorrow what others can't. What is your next step? You need to have a desire. You've got the opportunity. You need to take action. So make a decision. Communicate with your host and ask them to tell you more. Now, would you like to own your own life? This is just a little eye-opener. If you start doing the business, how it can multiply very quickly. It's not easy, it's hard work, but you need to talk to people. Without talking to people, you won't get anywhere. If you just look at these numbers on the side here for 2, if you keep multiplying down, you end up with 16. But then you look at 5, and if you started off with 5 people and added 5 people to each one, you'd end up with 625. And the difference between 625 and 16 is 609. And if you just did 2 people and you ended up with 81, between 3 and 2, the difference there would be 65. So it pays for you to talk. It doesn't happen overnight. If you persevere, you would end up huge company. So talk to the person that's invited you and start in your new life. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. It's brilliant. And it's such a simple business. Not always easy, but simple. Don't overcomplicate it. And we're not salespeople. We're not running around knocking on doors, trying to convince people to buy stuff that they don't want. We are friends who care for friends. If you care for your friends, invite them to look at a way to earn extra income. And if they don't want the extra income, that's fine. Invite them to look at a way to save money and get healthy. I'm pretty sure most people want to do that, even if they don't want to make extra money. So we still have a few minutes in hand. Linda, do you think that you'd be able to do your presentation within the next 10 minutes?
Yes, I'm quite sure I can. Okay, thank you, Sean. Let
Go
me
for it.
get away. Okay, you can hear me, eh?
Yes.
I'm going to speak on the more mundane things, but actually and that is our golden home care products. New Life's Healthy Home Solutions. Now, I never knew in my life that I would get excited about home care because I'm not a homemaker, cleaning. But I love working with these products. Golden home care products have the strength and versatility that we need in a cleaning product without the harsh chemicals that harm the environment and ourselves. They are low dose and low burden on the environment. Golden provides cost-effective and environmentally friendly products that are designed to meet any cleaning need and any cleaning challenge even. To use toxic cleaning products from the stores is to be exposed to many health hazards, such as respiratory conditions, cancer caused by endocrine disruptors, autoimmune diseases, ADHD, and many more. It's really a health hazard, a health risk to use those products, which most people, of course, do. These toxic products pollute our waterways, and phosphates from laundry compounds cause algae bloom that has an effect that the fish cannot breathe. That is in the dams and in the rivers. Landfill sites are overburdened with all the plastic bottles of the myriad of cleaning products, and town councils battle to find landfill sites. Benefits of golden products, very briefly. They are safe around the house and for the family and for the pets. They are multi-purpose and eliminate the need of all the other specialized cleaners in the stores. They are concentrated and we need a small bit of product and add our own water. So we can fill many spray bottles, which of course result in huge, huge savings. Outstanding performance that never cease to amaze us. The savings on our cleaning and laundry products are more than 50% per annum at retail prices, and distributors, of course, save much more. A few short notes on only the big 5 products. Those are the Super 10, LDC, laundry compound, and the oxygen bleach. We call them the big 5. Super 10, diluted in a spray bottle, is a strong but gentle on our skin cleaner that replaces easily about 10 other cleaners on the market. 1 liter can fill our 500 milliliter spray bottle with 22 times, and that is just wonderful. LDC, our light-duty bubbling soap, is gentle but still powerful and fulfill many light-duty functions. It can also replace many other products on the market, but it is also so powerful that it removed crude oil from many thousands of penguins that was sold, and clean other birds and seabirds, and even clean flamingos, which were very sold because of a drought in the Northern Cape. And it was just all the waterways, it was just muddy. LDC is wonderfully gentle on our skin and with its coconut oil derivatives. Whether we wash dishes or the kids use it as a bubble bath, it is just soft on the skin. Care, the super disinfectant, our super disinfectant, used for home care and personal use, has been approved by the South African Bureau of Standards to remove, to kill 99.9% of a wide variety of germs, and it is very safe for personal use in our house and in hospitals. So the above three products can replace more than 20 specialized products in the stores, and that is actually conservative, but I don't want to make it bigger than it is, and prevent all those empty plastic bottles being dumped into the landfill sites. A G1 laundry compound as well as oxygen bleach are super concentrated and safe and gentle on the fabrics of our clothes, dish towels, and all the rest. Clothes, dish towels, and towels last and last. I always say they last forever because that is how I feel. Mine just feel as if it's lasting forever. G1 laundry compound protects the metal parts of the washing machine and prevents the muck, slime built up in the pipes because there are no fillers in the product. The benefits and uses of all the products in the range are many. They are all very, very, very special. They form such an important part of New Life's product range. All people clean their homes, which means that there is such a big market for them, and we just have such an obligation to share it for the reasons mentioned. In closing, I've asked Sean to share his screen with the images of all the mini spray and mixing bottles that can be filled with Super 10, LDC, and Care. Thank you, Sean, if you will do that for us.
Care can replace an awful lot of products. Okay.
And I fill my LDC mixing bottle 17 times, not only 11 times, and it's strong enough for whatever I use it for.
Excellent. Yes. I don't understand a house that does not have golden products in it, because they must,
I tell you,
it must cost them a fortune. All right.
And pollute them.
Yes. Just the odors from the other products are enough to cause a lot of discomfort and issues.
No.
Right, everybody. That brings us to the end of part 1. We have just a couple of minutes left. So I'm going to ask everybody to sign out. Give me about a minute and a bit. And please log straight back in again. And we will kick off round 2 with some very interesting training and information from some very well-experienced World team members. So log out and we'll see you shortly.